Oh, and then the other thing, another point on there that's connected with the 5S is we have the question I would have is when you get a new book, say it's a more of a textbook in school or a book that you're reading it for work, whatever, do you highlight and mark in your book or not? What do you guys do?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. I had another coach at a different company that taught to use three highlighters, and it was the acronym ACT. So it was A was action that I'm going to take, C was a change I'm going to make, and T was something I need to teach somebody else.
Oh, that's awesome. I haven't heard that before. That's a great thing.
That is amazing. I learned something new today.
I
Well,
like that.
the last 10 minutes. Okay.
Yes. Well, see, I grew up being poor, going to the library, and my parents would beat me if I did anything to the library book and we didn't return it in pristine condition. So that for me carried over to books I owned, that I have this phobia of actually marking and writing the book. So it inhibits me from that background. But it also goes to our machines. Do we treat the machine that it still belongs to the manufacturer when we buy it and we don't want to change it, keep it pristine to what the machine manufacturer gives us? Or do we own that machine and modify it to what we need it to be? That's something that we need to look at, because I've worked with a lot of mainly Japanese companies, and they say, oh, we're going to take this machine apart. We're going to figure out how it works. We're going to make it our own. We're going to modify it, switch it. Heck with the manufacturing warranties. This is our machine, and it's got to work with what we need it to do. I just dealt with that with my client here. There's this manifold that's high up on the machine, and they literally have to get a ladder, a tall ladder, to get to it to do any maintenance. They felt, number one, it was unsafe. Number two, it took too much time. And three, it made it difficult to do the work when you're up on the ladder. They have since relocated that manifold to lower so that you don't need a ladder. The maintenance person can walk right up to it and deal with it in a more safe condition, and it was either easier to access it. That's the kind of thinking that we want to have when we look at it. This machine is ours. We need to modify it to make it easier to do the process reliably and quickly to keep it up and running. So those are things we're going to tackle as we go forward, is that this is our machine. Let's make it work for us. So any other questions?
My process is count to 10 and you interrupted me at 8.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Go ahead. Just butt in.
George, we'll keep shaving down that process. We'll get it down to 8 at some point.
Yeah. Why 10? But I like that.
It's the brain. We just can't allow silence. Silence is not. Here's another one for communication. Silence, I think, is the end point of success. Is you're content, the other person's content. But what we don't do is we don't allow even 10 seconds of silence, because we think we have to impart our knowledge on someone or something. We just continue talking. I'm speaking personally, not for you guys. So when I can go 10 seconds, I'm thinking, okay, this is good. Everybody's somewhat happy with the content and we can move on. That's all. It's a tough number. I just did it again. Shut up.
That's all right.
I said it's a tough number to hit because the talking continues. I'm going to put myself on mute. If I talk, you won't hear me. All right. I can't make it. That's okay. So look, next week we talk about uptime. Mm-hmm. And I think what we're going to do next week, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I'm overspeaking, but maybe we'll list under the U for uptime, here's a summary of what uptime is. So we'll give you a one-page cheat sheet as we go through each of the acronyms. It'll be much better. And just so you guys know, Mike and I are planning on putting a little online course together for this, plus maybe a little manual. You guys can have the course, you can have the manual. Okay?
Yep.
Because you guys are awesome. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing yourselves with us. And thank you, Mike, for doing all the hard work in the presentation today.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity. And I enjoy helping others. And if anything, even there's one thing that helped you become better, I've done my job.
Take care, guys. Thank you so much. See you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.